Hey everybody, it's Jeannie again. So today I am getting together with some of my friends for a Facebook video chat cocktail party. So having said that, it's a cocktail party, so therefore afterwards I don't think I'm gonna want to cook. So I know I'm gonna want something that's a little bit more hearty. So I've decided on stovetop mac and cheese. No roux required. The sauce will take just as much time as the pasta will take to cook. I love those kinds of meals, just like 20 minutes or less, literally. And it's super quick and easy. So today you're going to need two-thirds of a pound to a pound of pasta. This sauce is good for anywhere in that amount. You need butter, milk or cream, a clove of garlic, 2 cups of cheese of your choosing. I'm going to be using a jalapeno cheddar today. Then you need salt, pepper, some mustard, and hot sauce to taste. I love hot sauce. You're going to learn that really quickly here. So let's get started. 2 tablespoons of butter in the pan. More organized this time, you see guys, the pan's actually hot. To that, my 1 clove of garlic is just cut in half because this is another recipe where we're going to take it out at the end. So we just want the garlic to just start to get fragrant in that butter. It's going to take a moment, just give it some time. I'm also going to use the same spoon and just give my noodles a quick stir because I don't want them to stick to the bottom of the pot. Like I said before, that's about 2/3 of a pound in there. More pasta than I'd normally make, but it's going to be a carb day and it's going to be nothing with it, just junk. Like that. And that for a few moments. It's really such a fast sauce. It's not even funny. Alright. So to that, I'm going to add 1 cup of milk. And I'm going to turn my heat just down a smidge. So we're just a little bit below medium. And as you can probably see in the pan here, the butter got a little bit brown, which is lovely. It adds all kinds of flavor. Brown butter is called for in all kinds of recipes, and really it's just super easy to do. You just stick a stick of butter in the pan, and you're going to slowly bring it to a melt, and then you're going to slowly burn off the milk fats, and then you're going to be left with just amazing butter. It's just slightly brown, slightly nutty. Oh, it's just good stuff. I promise. Quick stir of the noodles. Stir the milk. Alright. So you have the option to use a wooden spoon or a whisk in this recipe. It's entirely up to you. I personally just use a wooden spoon, I think, for most of it. Once in a while I use a whisk. It really just depends on what the sauce is doing, if it needs help or not. These are things you learn the more you cook. So we're just looking for the garlic to release some flavor in there. And this time, I think I'm going to try to really remember to take the garlic out before I get the cheese in there, because this is way thicker sauce than Alfredo sauce that I made just a few days ago. You want to keep the milk moving a little bit though, because you don't want it to scorch and you don't want it to build a skin on top either. The butter should help prevent that, but things happen. I just kept the cup that I poured the milk into the pan with off to the side here because I'm going to use it to rescue some pasta water before we drain the pasta in a couple minutes here. And again, I'm Genie. I forgot to check the time when I put the noodles in. So I'm just setting one off to the side here real quick just to see where we're at. And that should help me verify if I'm ready to put cheese and all that other stuff in. Just gonna give that a moment. It's really hot. So, judging by how not cooked they are, or how close to cooked they are, they're gonna need another 3 or 4 minutes. So, next to the recipe, we're going to put in approximately a tablespoon of mustard. And I can see here that I'm starting to build a little bit of a skin on my milk here. So I really got to give it a stir. So I used a Dijon mustard today, but you can use yellow mustard. You can use whatever you have in your fridge. It really does not matter, as long as it's mustard. It just adds like a little bit of a tang to your sauce that you would ordinarily get if you used like a stronger, funkier cheese, like maybe Fontina or Asiago, or I don't know, whatever you feel like. A little bit Emmental, something a little bit more jazzy. The mustard kind of fills that hole and gives you that tang you're looking for in macaroni. So I'm gonna just pull these garlic cloves out because I don't really need them anymore. And I'm gonna switch to a whisk for a second because I don't like how this mustard's not emulsifying into the sauce. Also, then I need a couple dashes of hot sauce, like I said before. Whatever you figure is good. This is the Frank's Red Hot Extra Hot. Don't need as much of it. It's thicker, but it is delightful. All right, so we're at that point where we're ready for cheese. I've got it in the fridge still just because I didn't want it to get all clumped together. So, got about 2 cups of cheese in here. This grater container holds about 3 cups of cheese. So my oven baked mac and cheese would require a full container of this. There's 3 cups of cheese in that one. This one is just stovetop. It's your cheater, quick, under 20-minute macaroni and cheese. Way better than Katie though. So, a little bit at a time, about like half maybe. And this is up to you whether you use your whisk or your spoon. I just hate when cheese gets stuck in my whisk. So, trusty wooden spoon for this. And you can see that there's like the little red jalapeno in the cheese. I'm kind of excited about this because the cheese is not spicy. Tested that out. It is not spicy, but it's tasty. So I feel like it's gonna just be really good. The macaroni. Get in the macaroni. So, also, ordinarily I don't make this cheese sauce in a pan. I normally just make it right in the pot where I cook the noodles. So it does normally take me a little bit longer to make the dinner, but then you only have 1 pan to clean up. But in this case, since I don't have a tripod that works with my phone yet, shout out to my girl Max who let me borrow her tripod, but it's for like an actual camera, and I don't have that yet. I'm recording on my iPhone, so it has to be done in a pan so that you guys can actually see what I'm doing. All right. So you'll see that like the butter is emulsified into the sauce. The cheese is just about melted. And I'm just going to turn it down just a smidge more because I don't want it to scorch anything. And I just want to give those noodles a stir and test them again just because I think they're going to be close. Just the noodle is hot. Okay. So it's like 90-95% cooked. That's where you want it to be. Same when I made that Alfredo the other day. When I said the noodles were al dente, they were just shy of al dente. They were al dente. And that means they just have a little bit too much juice still. And they're going to finish cooking in the sauce. So, 90-95% cooked. I'm going to steal some pasta water just in case this seizes up once I put the noodles in and it's too much. pasta water has starch in it, so you can save the sauce because you're adding something that's already like something that was added in the sauce, which is the flour. Not in this recipe, but I don't know. Pasta water just saves it every time. So the noodles are strained, just let them do that for a second. We're gonna add pepper and salt. Pepper. And salt. Just a little bit, you don't need as much salt because the cheese is super salty. And if you seasoned your noodles right, should be okay. Okay. It's not a thick sauce by any means because there's no roux involved, but it thickens up once the noodles hit it. Got two kinds of noodles mixed together here. Got some pennes left over from the other day, and I got some fusilli, I think it is. Alright, just let those noodles finish in the sauce. The way the sauce is looking, I don't think I'm going to need pasta water. The one thing though, I have to say, is that if a recipe is tested properly, which I feel like through experimentation of stealing other people's recipes and adapting them to make them what I like, if a recipe is tested properly, you shouldn't have to go back and add more water or things like that to a sauce like this because it should be the right proportions. Alright, how's that look? I think it looks great. Cute bowl again. Just gonna turn it off now. Again, check for seasoning. Yeah, I wasn't wrong. That cheese is good in there. Okay. I'm honestly just gonna have a tiny bit. I probably won't even eat it. It's macaroni and cheese, guys. I don't know what else could go wrong or what could possibly go wrong, but it's tasty. Enjoy. Let me know if you make it. Thank you. At the Food Genie. Bye.